then I don't see any more of this stuff on here beyond today.
I would follow up with my mental health stuff. I would do anger management. If you do put me on probation and send me home with my family, I will complete probation. You won't hear from me again.
You know, those are famous last words from people that come in here. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm being honest.
So listen, my read on you is you got some serious mental health problems based on your past history. And that along with your drug use and your penchant for anger makes you dangerous. All that shit adds up to danger, in my mind. Do you have any concept of that? Do you see that at all?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I see some of it. Yeah.
Right? So so I don't know, maybe 10 years ago you wouldn't have been charged with strangulation because it didn't exist. Okay, now the theory and the reason the legislature passed a statute making strangulation such as its elements dictate is because the theory is somebody who engages in activity like that is about this far from completing the act of murder. That's why that statute exists. Okay, so are you that guy?
No.
All right, then you should quit acting like that guy. Here's how you strike me, okay? You've got these problems in your past, and you have refused to do anything about it constructively. The only thing you do is wallow in self-pity about what happened to you in the past, which is exhibited by your lack of motivation, as you admit, okay, your lack of motivation to do anything, which leads to you falling asleep in mid-conversation, as you admitted. You don't have any desire right now to do anything to better yourself. You're 25 years old. How long is that going to go on?
I still have a chance.
Well, of course you have a chance.
I want to better myself. You know,
Well, then you should better yourself.
For my
okay?
family.
And it doesn't happen by giving, first of all, you should get off the goddamn telephone when you're trying to get mental health treatment, okay? Now, I'll give you credit that you at least exhibited the desire to have face-to-face counseling. I don't know where you're going to get that, okay? Because there ain't many places that do that anymore, okay? But you got to find it. It's up to you. It's not up to Miss Crook, Miss Smith. It's not up to me to get you counseling. It's not up to me to give you the desire to go get a job, to go better your life. It's up to you. So if Signature Health can't give you face-to-face attention that you need, then you need to go somewhere else.
I could do face-to-face with Signature Health.
Well, then do it. Then I don't know why. I don't know why you're getting interviewed over the telephone, answering questions with Faith sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Smith makes a good point that after this offense, you two guys managed to live together. and not kill each other, so that's a positive. So I don't know what's going on with you.
It is a lack of motivation. I do have a lack of motivation.
Why do you have a lack of motivation?
I ain't have no support growing up, but it's all up to me now. I have a family, and I want to do better.
Okay, you had a lack of support growing up. And 5 years from now, okay, you're going to look back on growing up and realize you had no support growing up. That ain't going to change. You can't change that. All you can do is figure out how to deal with it and move forward so that you have motivation. So that you have a positive influence on your kids instead of showing them what's been going on for the last 10 years with you. But you got to decide that. I can't, nobody can make you do it. I mean, I can put you on probation. I can give you 10 things to do. And you'll either do them or you won't. I have no control over whether you do them. I don't have any control over anything except, where you might reside for a period of time if you don't do them. That's the only control I have.
I will do what I have to do to be with my family.
I guess we'll find out, right? It's easy to talk about it.
I got to do it.
Now, what medication had you been prescribed? What mental health medication?
I forgot the name of it. It was for my bipolar, and
For what?
I forgot the name of it.
What's it for? What's it designed to do?
To keep me balanced for my bipolar and my depression, to balance it out.
Okay? So they want you to take that medication to provide some sort of chemical balance in your brain?
Yeah.
Okay? Then tell me how smoking pot helps that process.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So why do you do it?
To be honest, I don't know why.
Okay, well, I know why. Because you want to get high. That's why you do it. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So doesn't that defeat the purpose of medication that's supposed to chemically balance what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Then don't do it.
I don't need to. I won't do it.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of pieces to the puzzle here that are all mixed up right now, that only you have the ability to put back together.
Yeah, we'll put them back together. I'll work on myself. Not just for me, for my family.
Mr. Gretzky?
State's recommendation is prison due to the violence of the charges here. State would elect two sentence on count 1, strangulation. It's been 10 years of a criminal history of violence, which the court has already outlined. If the court does sentence the defendant to community control sanctions, the state would recommend JTP and NeoCap, that the defendant get a valid driver's license, full-time employment, parenting classes, and anger management. Thank you.
Well, you weren't here at the last hearing. Was Taylor
No,
here?
no.
Okay, so did we address the merger and the
Domestic violence would emerge into the
Okay, so
strangulation.
we discussed that last time?
Oh, we didn't, but I wouldn't object to murder.
Okay, so they merge and we'll go forward on the strangulation on the F3. Now, do you think that's an unfair recommendation? Based on your history?
No.
Because you're right, it's not. Why don't you have a driver's license?
I don't know how to drive.
Okay. Did you ever have a driver's license?
No.
All right. Well, guess what? Before Miss Smith turned 16 years old, she didn't know how to drive either. But she learned how to drive and got a driver's license. And now she's able to get to work and home by driving. Right? So the reason you didn't get a driver's license is you didn't feel like doing it. It goes to your lack of motivation, right?
And I tried to drive and I fell asleep behind the wheel.
Okay. Why did you fall asleep behind the wheel? Why do you fall asleep in the middle of conversations? Why?
I don't know.
You don't know. You think it's important to find out?
Yeah, went to go see about my brain and stuff in my sleep.
Okay. What arrangements did you make to do that?
I didn't get a chance. I was with my son.
Okay.
Faith was at work.
All right. All right. So one thing that needs to stop with you is all of the excuses. You got a phone, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Faith is at work and your son is sleeping, instead of playing whatever games are on the goddamn phone, you could find somewhere that can address your problem with that. Or you can just go on for the next 30 years not driving because you fall asleep.
Yeah. Understand.
You understand? You might understand. Question is whether you're going to do anything about it.
I would try to get my driver's license and try to learn how to drive.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, some of the records, the victim impact statement, the psychological evaluation. How many days does he have, Jamie?
40, Your Honor.
And consider what you have said, what Ms. Smith and Ms. Agretsky have had to say. I'm going to place you on community control for 5 years. You're to have no illicit drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. And I don't really care that marijuana is legal. For you, it ain't, because you're on probation. You understand that?
I understand.
You're going to get a mental health evaluation, and then whatever treatment plan is implemented, you're to follow each of those recommendations. So my guess is that it doesn't matter who does the evaluation, that they're certainly, with your past, going to recommend anger management.
Okay.
You're going to get a drug and alcohol evaluation and follow all the recommendations they make. You're going to obtain and maintain full employment. Going to get a valid driver's license. You are to see only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. You're going to take all your medication as prescribed, and you're going to sign releases, all the releases necessary so probation can get your record. So if I call up probation and say, get me the records for Mr. Jackson, I'm going to have them like pretty quick. You're going to complete the decision points program through probation and follow recommendations. You're going to pay the cost of supervision fees. Ms. Crook, anything else?
You know, did you want to make anger management its own condition or just under the mental health assessment? Just in case.
It's going to be under the umbrella of the mental health evaluation. And if for some reason they don't recommend anger management, if I were you, I'd go get it. That's what I would do.
Okay.
You understand all the terms?
Yes.
Any question about the terms?
No, Your Honor. Okay,
if you don't comply with the terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control, and if I find you violated, then I will certainly determine that Ms. Zagretsky was right and I was wrong, and I'll give you 36 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, anything else as far as the sentence is concerned, Ms. Zagretsky?
And what was the sentence for the jail time?
40.
Thank you.
Anything else as far as sentence, Ms. Smith?
Not on behalf of Mr. Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you have a right to appeal your conviction and your sentence to the 11th District Court of Appeals. You have the right to have a timely notice of appeal filed on your behalf. You have a right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. And I presume you're still indigent since we went through this trial and you've been in jail, so I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in your appeal. Do you want the PD's office to do it or separate counsel? Do you know?
Rachel Smith.
You have a right to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case, and if you can't afford them, then you have a right to have them without any fees. You understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Zagretsky, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Smith, anything further?
Not this time.
Mr. Jackson? Nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to do. But then, on the other hand, nobody's stopping you from doing exactly what you need to do, so you don't keep bouncing back here.